Do we think this is gonna be nice? I like that. I'm so happy I like it. I'm trying this morning. Protein Works, Super Greens Extreme. I've seen like loads of people on socials at the minute like drinking their greens in the morning. I just thought I'd try it. So I got myself some and yeah, really good. I also got some creatine. I've been hearing so much stuff about creatine recently and how it aids in muscle growth and things like this. Like basically what I hear it does is it doesn't bulk you or put weight on or anything like that. It basically like sends more water to your muscles when you're exercising, so you get a better pump. So I thought we'd try it. And then I also got myself some glutamine, which helps with muscle recovery and stuff. So I'm definitely gonna like add my glutamine to my greens, but I just kind of wanted to try the greens on its own first and see, you know? So I'm gonna add glutamine to my greens, and I'm gonna add creatine probably to like my daily dose of like vitamins and stuff. Hopefully that'll work. Hello, by the way. Good morning, welcome to the vlog. I look like a foot. Always do, always will. Hope you're all okay. Hope you've had a lovely week. All that goodness. It's Monday today. You will have seen some footage from yesterday, which was quite frankly so dreamy. Chris and I went to Harrogate for a little bit of afternoon tea, and then we also went to Rudding Park Spa, which was amazing. I got Chris a Rudding Park voucher for Christmas for both of us to go to the spa and have a treatment and have a lovely time, and that's what we did. But it was also our anniversary at the same time, so it was kind of like his Christmas present slash our anniversary, and it was just really nice. Really nice. We had this like body polish treatment where they kind of like exfoliated your skin, put oil on, gave you a massage. So good. So my skin feels great today. Just making some porridge. So I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have my greens. I'm gonna do my finances, and then I'm going back to Manchester for 3 p.m. because I'm sorry if you don't like TMI, but on my vlogs we're quite a fan of TMI, so I'm just gonna tell you I'm having my copper coil removed today. And I cannot wait. I literally cannot wait. I have had the biggest drama with this thing, like trying to get it out. I've been trying to get it out since last June. It's now nearly March, and it's just been an absolute palaver. It all started when I went for a smear test, probably like 2 years ago now. I had my smear, and the woman who did it said, I can't feel your threads of your coil anymore. It's really common, don't worry about it, right? Nothing to be worried about. Just when you have it removed, they might have to do a scan. So it's like, right, okay. So, you know, I was kind of Googling, and, you know, people were kind of like, oh, if you can't feel the threads, it's bad, you need to get it checked. But I was like, well, I kind of have had it checked. Like, I've had it checked. Like, surely anyone else is going to say the same thing. Like, I've had it checked in my smear. She knows what she's talking about, obviously. Wrong. So then what happened was, so a year later, when I went to have it removed, I made the appointment online. It's really hard to get an appointment, like, on the NHS with the, you know, Northern Sexual Health Clinic. Really fucking hard. You have to, like, go on every morning at 8 a.m. and make an appointment. So I made my appointment. And there was only 2 options. It was either I'm having problems with my coil or I want my coil removed. And I can't remember which one I did. I think it was removal. And then I got there and I was like, you can't feel the threads, so you're probably gonna have to do a scan. And they were like, oh. They were basically like, you can't do the scan here. That's that you're gonna have to go for an ultrasound. And they were like, make an appointment with your GP to go for an ultrasound scan, but also make the appointment now to have it removed, because the appointments can take some time. So then by the time your appointment to have it removed comes around, you'll have had the scan, everything will be fine. So I had to call my GP to make a phone appointment. So I called them to make a phone appointment for them to say, what do you want? And I was like, I need a scan. So they were like, okay. Then they sent me a letter for my scan. Except they didn't send me the letter, they sent it to my old address. They have my new address, everything was updated, but they just sent it to the wrong address. So because that took so long to come, I missed the appointment to have the removal. So I had to cancel that. So then I had to actually book a scan, got that in, they sent me the letter, got that in, did the scan. Then I was trying to book my appointment then to have the removal. Phoned up, they said, have you had a scan? I said, yes. They said, we can't see it on the system. So they were like, go back to your GP and ask for a copy of the scan. So I ring my GP. They say there's no picture of the scan, but there is a written description that says the coil is still in place. So I was like, right, so can I have that please? So they printed it out, I collected it, and then I was trying to ring then the clinics, trying to make more appointments, things like that, to then have my removal, and would anyone answer the phone? I cannot tell you how many times I tried to call, like no one would answer the phone, and I just honestly lost it. So basically, we've gone private, which I feel like we shouldn't have to do, but I've done it, and it's, you know, like, I thought about it and I was like, you know, because it's quite expensive. Like, it's for the actual removal, it's like 225, 250 pounds, but then there's also I have to have another scan basically there and then with these guys, which is another like 100 and something pounds. It's basically about 365 pounds in total to have it taken out of me, which is annoying. It was easy enough to put it in, honestly. Like, the process getting it in was absolutely fine, whereas getting it out is a fucking nightmare. It was so quick to have it done privately. I did like an online form. They called me within about 2 minutes of me inquiring, and then they got me an appointment. I think I called on Thursday and they were like, we've got an appointment for you on Monday, and I was like, brilliant. So they said they was like, he'll absolutely get it out, like, that's it. So that's what I'm having today, and I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit nervous because you can't feel the threads. Like, usually what it is, it's like the coil is like a little T, basically. It sits up inside here. It's really nice. And it's supposed to have these like threads that come down, and they basically go up there, get the threads and like pull it out. It sounds gross, I know, but when you can't feel the threads, they have to go in with a hook. They have to go in with a hook. I'm slightly concerned, ever so slightly concerned, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I feel like I'll be in good hands. It's actually a man doing it, so he has to have a chaperone, which I found interesting. I kind of like that though, because if it's a nice lady, I would like someone to hold my hand a little bit. I held someone's hand going in. I think she was like a trainee nurse. She was like, do you want to hold my hand? And I was like, I do actually. And going in wasn't bad for me. Like, a lot of people say it's horrific, but for me, it was okay. It did just feel like one big period pain, and then it was done, it was in. There was a lot of bleeding after. That's a bit scary, I won't lie to you. I was filling up super tampons like every hour for a while. And to be honest, like, the coil's been great for me in terms of not having to worry like at all about getting pregnant. Like, I don't want to get pregnant right now. I haven't wanted to get pregnant in the past, like, so it's worked great for me for that, but it's not, you know, I've had one incident where, yeah, I had one incident where it had like a knock with my ex, and it was a horrific pain, not gonna lie to you. Had to go to the clinic, get it checked out, was all okay, but that was not enjoyable. I think apart from that and getting it out, it's been actually fine. I just don't want any devices in me anymore. I've decided, like, I'm gonna go on natural cycles. I don't want to get pregnant anytime soon. We're gonna go on natural cycles, and I just kind of want to feel my body for how it is. Don't want any pills, don't want any devices, injections, anything like that. I just want to be like, you know, the reason I got the copper coil was that it's non-hormonal, so it doesn't mess with any hormones, anything in your brain, any anxieties, anything like that. But now I'm just like, I just would like my body to be my body. That's what we're gonna do. So yeah, should be an experience today. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this. Love you. So I don't know why I do this, but I always have like shit tons of time to get ready, and then always end up rushing on the last minute, and that's what we're doing. And my makeup looks shit in this light. I just realized I did it in this light and it looked quite nice, and then moved to that. I've got you on a different tripod thing, by the way. It's a lot longer. I might just pull this down now, actually. Yeah, it's a bit longer. It's just better for filming my workout videos because my old tripod wouldn't let you turn it all the way portrait. It kind of like stuck out here, so all my shots were like diagonal, and it wasn't cool. So we've got this one now. Cheers, Amazon. I just thought I'd show you before I leave. So, you know, I'm moving to Leeds. We've been through this in the last vlog. I'm moving to Leeds. We started doing some decorating last week because Chris was kind of like in, you know, like toying when we didn't know where we were going to be, basically, whether we were going to be like in Manchester or Leeds and stuff like that. He was kind of like held off on decorating and spending money on the place just in case we ended up moving anywhere else and stuff. But now that I'm moving here and we're probably going to be here for a little while, he's been like, let's decorate. So we have the bedroom. Now, none of this is finished, but I thought I'd show you how we're getting on. So this is the bedroom. It went from being like basically the same colour as the living room, which was this, to this, which I'm in love with. Like, it's just a real sleepy sort of calm grey, and we love it. We obviously have not finished because look at this patch. And we're kind of gonna do a bit of that, you know, that like chalky detail where you kind of like crisscross over the top. So this is just one coat. We're going to crisscross over the top to give it some texture. Obsessed. I think the contrast of like this cream on here, it's like so nice. Just so nice. So that's the bedroom. And then in here, mind the mess, this is where I dump all my shiz, is going to be my dressing room slash a little spare room. And again, this is just one coat, so we're going to do the crisscross thing over it, so it looks like very sandy, very like concretey sort of vibes. Getting rid of these wardrobes. This is a new wardrobe, we're keeping this. Obviously this is brand new. I love it so much. It's kind of got like a double rail in it as well, like this. So lots of space, and a drawer underneath there as well. So we're having this. And then we're getting like a little cream, oh gosh, nearly fell over my bags. Getting a cream sofa bed to go there. And then I'm gonna get a little dresser from IKEA, like a little black dressing table to go there. I'm gonna put like a nice wonky mirror on the wall. It's all gonna be lovely. It's gonna be so nice, but that's, yeah, that's where we're up to so far. Very exciting. I'm hoping we can get it all finito by the time that I move in like 2 weeks. But we'll see, still not packed a thing. Still not packed a thing. But anyway, right, I'm going to Manchester now to have my Coil appointment, which I'm slightly nervous about now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Slightly nervous about, but I'll let you know how to get on. I came back, it's done, and I feel a bit weird. I feel a bit weird. Now, if this is TMI for you, if you're not good with like medical things and shit like that, then just skip a few minutes. So basically I went in, it was all very professional and very efficient the way it was all done. I went into the waiting room, obviously like checked in and everything, and then this man, I forgot the name of him, but he took me through to the room. He was really lovely, had a really like sort of like voice and things like that kind of just put you at ease. Like, it was literally fine. He took my blood pressure and stuff, made sure I was okay. He explained everything to me and how it would all go, and then kind of get into it. Went onto the chair bed thing where your legs are in the stirrups and then your like bum's off the end. He like tilted me upwards and stuff. He did the ultrasound first, which is really weird, like, because he let me see it as well. Like the last time I had an ultrasound to see where my coil was, they didn't let me see it, whereas he let me see it. So like I literally looked to the side and he was like, like you would with a baby, like, you know, did one of those scans, showed me where the coil was and showed me essentially like where my vagina was and like what the route up to it was. And he was basically like, yeah, your womb's actually tipped slightly forward, which is actually good and normal. It does make it slightly harder for me to get it out, but don't worry about that, it's all good. I was like, right, okay. And then, because he then knew exactly where it was and how he literally like measured how many centimeters he'd have to go in and things like that. It's all very like very efficient. And then got to it. So he opened me up like he usually would, like any gynecologist like opens you up with the clamper things, I'm not really sure what they're called. And then he had to open my womb. So this is the thing, so when you can feel the threads, you don't have to open the womb because the threads come down. So we just have to do the start bit and then get it. This obviously, because he couldn't feel the threads, he had to go in my womb and then insert an instrument, which I think is this hook thing. I didn't see the instrument, thank God. So he opened up my womb, which wasn't particularly comfortable, and then went in to get the coil. And I could kind of like, when he was going further and further up, it just felt like some deep period cramps sort of thing. And I could feel him like, you know, kind of like getting it. Do you know what I mean? I could feel him like, it was obviously like trying to grip it and stuff. And I was like, oh, like it felt so strange, like such a, because it's obviously like in you, like it was strange. And then when he pulled it out, that's when I had like the biggest pain. Now, when I say like biggest pain, I was not in excruciating pain. I was not screaming, I was not crying, I was not any of this. I just was like, oh, yeah, like that's a bit painful. So when he pulled it out, it was a bit of a lasting sort of cramp, and then after like a minute or so it went. He left me to like clean myself up, you know. I sat down for a bit, he took my blood again, and he was just kind of like, your blood sugar's quite low, your blood pressure's quite low. So he was like, make sure you go and like eat something, have a minute if you feel dizzy, anything like that. So I'm gonna eat something now, but it's gone, it's out. It's weird because I had that in for like 5.5 years. And now it's gone. I don't have any pills, devices, nothing. And like, obviously if you do that and that works for your body, all well and good, but I was so like, when after it expired and things, I was like, I do not want this anymore. I was literally like, I do not want this in my body. I don't want it anymore. I don't want another one. Just want it out. And now I feel quite nice knowing that there's no device, there's no hormones, there's nothing, it's just me. And my natural cycles have come today. I'm about to open this. Perfect timing, really. And so yeah, that's what we're gonna do now, is just kind of go the natural route of contraception. I will say, after having my experience of being passed all around the houses doing this with the NHS, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but if you can't feel the threads, getting it out with the NHS is a whole lengthy process. You've got to have a scan somewhere else, and then have the removal somewhere else, and all of this shebang. And also, he actually said to me, he was like, because doctors don't really scan when they're, you know, they're doing the NHS sort of thing, he was like, you would have had to have like put me to sleep and put a camera up me to find out where it was. And I was like, bloody hell. So like, my advice is, if you can't feel the threads, I think if you can feel the threads, I think it's a hell of a lot more of a simple procedure. And I think like, if you can get an appointment through the NHS, through your GP and everything like that, then I would probably say like, yeah, do that and save the money. If it's within your budget and you can't feel the threads, after my experience, I would say go private. If you can afford it, I would say go private. You'll get the scan, you'll get everything done in one appointment, and you'll be in and out. Like, I've literally, since June, wanted it out, and it's March. And I've been passed around from pillar to post, and like now, finally, I just took the plunge, and I was like, I'm doing it. I'm fucking doing it. And now it's out. And now I don't have to worry anymore, because if you do leave them in too long, you risk being made infertile, which is obviously like worst case scenario and stuff, or you can get infections and things like this. And it's just kind of like, I just got to the point where I was like, I need it out, I need it out. I don't want to risk that. I don't even know if I want babies, but I don't want to risk that. This is my thermometer. I've just opened it. So this is the natural cycles thing. I think I'm gonna have to download the app. We'll get going with this as of tomorrow. I'm excited, but I am also like, I know I'm going to be slightly anxiety ridden using this, but we'll be fine. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's make some food. Enough of my chattiness. Put some eggs on toast. Oh, I got absolutely rinsed the other day for how I did avocado and eggs on toast. And now I look back at it, it was bad, right? It was bad. There wasn't enough avocado. Yeah, everything was terrible. So yeah, this isn't particularly great, but we're gonna fucking roll with that. Bit of pep. Bit of salt. No. Pièce de résistance. Balsamic glaze. Good morning. It's Tuesday. I am feeling fine today. There doesn't seem to be any like lingering issues or soreness or anything. Started my natural cycles journey, so I had to take my temperature this morning, and it's going to take me a while until I get like my green days. Like, if you do natural cycles, you'll know what I mean, but if you don't, it's kind of like it's got to like learn your cycle and learn about you before it can tell you when you're fertile and you're not. So I took my temperature for the first time today and put it into the app, and yeah, I'm actually really excited to just like learn more about my body and my cycle and what's going on. I'm up, I'm ready. I am going to the hairdresser today to get this sorted. You can see my Rudy roots. I don't know what to get today. I was thinking of asking for something a little bit different to usual, because I have been getting a like scalp bleach, which is where they apply bleach directly onto your scalp and like onto your root and run it through the hair where like it can take it. And that's been what I've been getting for probably like 2-3 years now, which has been great, but I'm starting to get a bit more breakage. And I kind of feel like this is coming from like putting my hair up quite a lot, and just like having fine hair in general, and combined with the bleach, I feel like maybe I need to go a little bit more foils or something like that this time. I'm not really sure. If it can take it, I might get it again, but I'm gonna go with Adam's advice on it and just see what he thinks. I'm going to Melissa Timperley's salon. They are the best, like so good, like amazing hairdressers. I do collaborate with them. They don't pay me. but I do get the appointment as gifted in exchange to create content for them. But I wouldn't, like, I am funny about my hair. I am picky about my hair. I have been like all around the houses with hairdressers and I am picky, and these guys are the best. They're like award-winning. They're freaking amazing. They're going into teaching now and stuff as well, so they're like educating hairdressers on how to cut hair and doing courses and stuff, and they're just so good and they're so lovely. They're just so nice. Like, everyone's so nice in there. That's what I'm doing today. I'm going to bring you with me and see what you think. Also, do we like my new jumper? It's from Tala. It's big baggy sweat and I'm obsessed with it. Chris got it for me for our anniversary, little present. I actually like sent it him. I was like, if you need a gift idea, because it's our anniversary and I've got my birthday coming up in like 2 weeks. And I was like, if you need to like a little gift idea, then I'd really like one of these. And like, if you know Tala, whenever they do a drop of anything, it sells out within like minutes. So he was on it and he got me one. So very happy. But yeah, let's get this started. Let's get this started. I tend to fade with city lights in your space, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get it right. I'm drowning underwater, and you're just making it harder. Need to let you go to find myself. What do we think? So we've gone a little bit more natural. I was like to Adam, I was like, I don't know what I want to do, what's gonna, so he was like, let's keep you nice and light and bright in the front. And then what he's done is kind of like the back way, kind of done like this sort of root blend to give me kind of a smoky root, but put like low lights running through it so it all kind of like blends together quite nicely. But yeah, I love it because like when I put it up, it still feels like light and bright, but we're not going to be like applying bleach directly to the root. Melissa said as well, she was like, that might be stress related with like all the stuff you've got going on at the minute, because she was saying about like me moving and things like that. But I'm not like particularly stressed about that. But last year I did have a particularly stressful 12 months, so I feel like it could have been, you know, stemming back to that and everything. But I think like Adam was just kind of like, go with this for a little bit, see how you find it. This was like, what's the worst that can happen though? If you don't like it, you can go back to bleaching it. So yeah, Adam was like, just kind of maybe see how you find it like this for a bit, and it'll just take the, you know, because obviously you've still got to bleach it like throughout the front and stuff. But he was like, it just will give it a little bit of a rest from, you know, applying it to my scalp and all of that. But I'm buzzing, and we're giving it a little cut as well. So she's got a tiny pony again. But yeah, I love it. I do really like it. It is like, it's one of them where it's like kind of a subtle change. Like I'm still blonde, it's not like that drastic, but it's quite a big change for me because I'm used to being so bright that it's like, but I do like it. For a while I've kind of been thinking like, should I take it a little bit more on the natural side? And I think that's what we've done while still making it look kind of cool. So yeah. Yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I'm just about to have a therapy appointment. I'm in like Reset's like co-working space at the minute because I'm teaching here tonight, so I thought I'll come straight here, I'll do some admin, I'll have my therapy appointment. I'm kind of like in one of these booths that's like for calls, like for video calls and phone calls, which is quite good because it's like obviously quite private. So I'm gonna have that now, a little bit of therapy, and then I'm gonna do some work, and I'm hopefully gonna join Laura's Pilates class tonight before I do my own, which will be good. Got a cup of tea. I'm gonna talk some fields. In your space, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get it right. I'm drowning underwater, and you're just making it harder. Need to let you go to find myself, 'cause I keep on falling, and you're the one watching. Need to let you go to find myself. You are only bringing out the worst in me. This tea is really weird. There's broccoli on pizza. There's ketchup and loads of mayo. But it's fucking delightful, so that's what we're just gonna do now. And I don't think I'm ever gonna get it right. I don't know why, but my camera does this weird liney thing. And I don't know if it's because of my Lumi or what, but it's really quite bizarre. Chris is about to FaceTime me, so I'm gonna end the vlog here, I think. Again, it's been a fairly uneventful vlog. I mean, I guess I got my coil out, I got my hair done, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy wazy. Oh my god, as well, in the hairdressers, there was a gal that was thinking about getting the coil put in. I was like, if you can't feel the threads, go private. Not the most eventful vlog, but again, it's kind of hard to make them like interesting when I don't know. Let me know kind of what you want to see. Do you kind of like the sort of mundane normal shiz, or would you rather I kind of wait until there's more shit going on, you know? I don't know. I personally like kind of watching mundane stuff, but let me know what you kind of want to see. Any bits of interest to you, let me know. Thanks for watching, as always. I am honestly always really like blown away when people message me saying like, oh, I'm so glad you're back on. Oh, hold on, here he is. He can say goodnight to you as well. I'm just saying goodbye to the vlog. Do you want to say goodbye as well?
Goodbye vlog. Goodbye vlog. Goodbye. Hello, goodbye.
It feels weird that I'm like, it's like vlogging, but I got two screens going on.
This is vlogging inception.
It is. What?
This is like, yeah, this is vlogging inception. This is a FaceTime on a vlog.
We won't have to do as many of these soon.
We will not. How do you feel about that?
Excited.
Yeah?
Yeah. Right, I'm actually genuinely gonna say goodnight now, because yeah, we're gonna chat now. But thank you for watching, as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Say goodnight.
Good night. Goodbye.
I got chocolate all over me. I don't know what it is with people putting their microwaves on medium, but you need to put it on high. Christopher, I'm sorry, Nutella break.